Today is going to be day one of a complete life transformation for me. And I'd like you to join me in transforming your life too. You hear it all the time that you can manifest your dream life, the law of attraction, like attracts like. Just act as if. Well, let's put it to the test. If we want a different life, if we really want a different life, we have to become a new version of ourselves that can have that life. If you want to be the kind of person that works out every day, you have to start working out every day. So let's do it. I personally made a list. I sat down and I really thought about all the different things that I would be doing every day if I was living the life that I really wanted. I made a list of all the different areas of my life and everything that I would want to hit every single day to make my life feel meaningful, purposeful, and enjoyable. A life that I really want to build and a life that I would absolutely love to live. And my challenge now is to live that life every day for the next 30 days and to see what changes, what ends up manifesting because I changed my behaviors, I changed my routines. See, I know if I keep doing the same stuff over and over every day that I've been doing, my life is not gonna change. It's gonna stay the same. And I know that's not the life that I wanna keep living. I want some things to change. There are some things in my life that I am absolutely thrilled with. I love where I live, I love my family, I love my kid, but unfortunately there are things in my life that I just really need to change. And of course, like many of you out there, one of those big things is financial freedom. Actually having financial freedom, not being tied, not having my family have to be tied to some corporate job. I'm tired of that life, and I'm sure a lot of you out there are too. And the biggest thing is taking that first step, right? And I figure if I start filming this every day and posting every day with zero cares or worries about what anybody says about it, just join me. I'm gonna be doing this to hold myself accountable because this time I really want to see significant change. I really need to see significant change in my life. And the only way I can do that is if I start and I hold myself fully accountable. And so here we are. Let's start manifesting our dream life, because if we become the person that we want to be, this isn't changing for somebody else. We're changing for ourselves. What is it that you want to be? Because I know what I want to be, and I know where I want to see myself, and I know how I would like to see my life change and my life progress. What are the things that you want to see change and progress in your life? Because all this manifestation woo-woo stuff that's out there, it really is mostly, more than anything, creating good habits. Because if we create habits that push us towards our goals, then it's inevitable we will reach those goals. I mean, eventually we're gonna reach those goals. And we'll look back and we'll see a whole different person. And I'm excited to see that new version of myself, the version that I'm trying to create starting today, because she is gonna be living a much happier and more fulfilled life. Instead of waiting around and pondering and coming up with excuses of why we haven't started that new chapter in our life. For a very long time, I had to be a different role. I had to be a different version of myself. I had a small child that I had to take care of, someone that really depended on me, but I'm not in that phase of my life anymore. My child is now a teenager, and she doesn't need or necessarily want me around as much as she used to, which gives me more freedom to kind of start thinking about myself more again and who I want to start becoming now. Of course, I still want to spend a lot of time with her, but you know, she may not feel the same way. We all have different chapters. We all have different chapters in our lives, and right now is the beginning of a new chapter for me. And I would really, really like to see in my life a little bit more financial freedom, a little more abundance. And I would like to see myself spending a little bit more time doing creative work like I used to. I'm really trying to start building a life that I want, one that fits me now, instead of trying to carry forward the life that I was living a few years ago, which was a very, very different stage of my life. Personally, I want to do things like go for more walks, work out a little bit more, spend a little bit more time and effort on my appearance again. Something that for a little while I neglected. Not necessarily because I wanted to, but because there's only so many hours in a day. And we have to pick and choose where our main focus is gonna be. And now, I wanna spend more time training my dog to do fun things. I wanna spend more time wandering around the woods with my dog. Little things in my life that I can just do. I can just tweak. I can just start doing today, right now. Little things that I can just start tweaking in my life and adding to my life to enrich my life. To me, this whole manifestation idea is really just going to be forming really good habits that push me in a direction of becoming a better version of me. One that I can look in the mirror and say that I am happy with. A version that I can look in the mirror and say that I'm happy with, that I'm content with, that I feel grateful to be. I want to build a life I am so grateful to have. And I'm grateful for the life that I do have, but I think that I could be better. And it's not just gonna change how I show up for myself, it's gonna change how I show up for my family, my friends, my pets. It's gonna just change we are focused on changing our entire life. And it starts today, and we're gonna see where we get to in the next 30 days. Let's see if in 30 days we can create that dream life worth having. Let's see what we can go out there and create.